Hi there, it's Ben from Memberium, and in this video, I'm going to help you solve your password generation issues. So if customers or members are getting emails that have blank passwords or you're not able to generate passwords, this is the video you want to watch. And if you're still stuck, then contact our support team anytime by sending an email to support@memberium.com. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in, and I'll show you the different steps that you can do to troubleshoot this issue on your site. The problem that we're going to be solving today is this right here. Your welcome email, your membership login email, it has their username, but the password is missing. The very first thing that we want to check is that a password was actually generated. First, we'll head over into Keap and we'll pull open the record for that user. Just search for their contact up here. The next thing is that we'll need to check for the password. Now, this will require knowing what password field is actually being used for Memberium. The easiest way to find that is to open up WordPress, go to Memberium settings, and then right here you'll see your CRM password field. And mine is the default password field, but yours could have an underscore, and that would indicate that it's a custom field. Either way, back on the contact record, we're going to want to find that. If you're using the default password field, it's right here under additional info, password. If the password field is blank, then this means that Memberium was not able to generate a password for some reason. The next step is to check, did we actually send Memberium the request to generate that? Now, if you recall, the request is done via an HTTP post. That's usually done through the campaign builder. So for example, in my campaign, I have this new member fulfillment, and inside of here, in my add new member, I have, applying a membership tag, and then I'm sending this HTTP post. And this goes to my website to actually generate it. Now we can also verify this and make sure that the auth key is correct. Go back over into WordPress. We're under Memberium settings and click HTTP post/links. And then we're going to do the password generator example. As you can see in my example, I have an HTTP here. However, when I paste it in, it changes to HTTPS. If your site has an SSL certificate, which most all do and should, then this does need to be HTTPS, and that's a very common error. If the HTTP post is in fact working, there's another option. One, make sure there's no errors in Keap. So going back to the contact record, we come down to the campaigns tab and we can see all the HTTP posts. So this is indicating that there's an error. Now you could contact our support team. We're not going to cover how to fix every error here. A successful post will look something like this right here. There's no message above it in red or yellow. It just exists there, and it shows the post that was made. Sometimes there's not going to be any error here, but it's still, there's no password generated. That issue then may simply be due to something on the site itself. So first, turn on the HTTP post log. That's under Memberium settings, HTTP posts, and switch this to yes. Scroll down and make sure you update this. This is the HTTP post log, which you can find by going to Memberium Logs, HTTP post tab. And as you can see, this is an example of a very common issue where everything on the Keap site is set up correctly. The only issue is that the user already existed in WordPress somehow. And so when we run that HTTP post from Keap, it actually says, warning, the user already was found in WordPress database, password creation skipped. If the user already exists in WordPress, Memberium will not regenerate them a password. In cases like these, feel free to contact support so we can walk you through what options are available. So those are the steps that you're going to take if the password field is blank. However, if the password field actually has a value in it when you go and check here, then that means that Memberium was actually able to generate one, but for some reason it's just not showing up in that email. So here's what we'll go and check next. Inside of your campaign where you're generating the password and then sending the email, do a couple of things. Number one, make sure there's a delay timer. If you send the email immediately after the HTTP post, that can create an issue where there wasn't enough time to actually generate the password. Inside of the email, make sure that you're using the correct merge fields. This is the one for the default password field. If you're using a custom field, you would prefix this with an underscore and whatever the name of your custom field is. And so make sure that that is the actual correct merge field for the field that you're using. If you think you found the problem and you're ready to retest, the easiest way is to simply go to the Campaigns tab and click, for example, Repost on the HTTP post or Resend on the email if you modified the email, and that should allow you to kind of retest things. In a worst case scenario, you can also add them back to the sequence inside of the campaign, and this way they'll run through all the new actions after you've updated them. Hopefully, one of these things that I shared is the fix for your problem, your password generation issue, but I've only covered the most common issues, and there are other cases that this one might not cover. If you're still having a problem, even after doing these steps, or if you don't know how to do a certain step, contact our support team. We're here to help you. Just send an email to support@memberium.com and send us an admin login to your site, a login to your CRM where you can add us as a partner, and we also need an email address of a user who you've tried to generate a password on. That way we can look at logs and those sorts of things. With that being said, thanks again for watching. Hope your issues are resolved, but if not, contact our support. We're here to help.